Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. Live from London, this is your main event of the evening.
Azim is going to be a superstar. In a couple of years' time, he could be one of the youngest world champions.
He's nowhere near his ceiling at this point.
Sergey Lipinets!
Phenomenal fighter in Sergey Lipinets.
I think he's going to run world titles and do huge things for British boxing.
Azim, electrifying!
You're going to remember the name.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this main event is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds and is for the vacant IBO World Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Sergey Lipinets.
Sergey Lipinets has been absolutely unflappable this week in the face of all of the hype around Adam Azim. He has been there and done it. He is a former world champion. Yes, he has some defeats, but a couple have come against two of the very best. In an undefeated Mikey Garcia, and then up at welterweight, which is not his natural weight, against Jerome Ennis. Quite simply, he feels the team Azim have made a classic boxing mistake. They are putting their man in too deep, too quickly, and that tonight he will teach the younger man a hard lesson. And here he is, 22 years old, Shane McGuigan on his shoulder, stalking through those corridors. Zoned in and focused. There is a clamour, a buzz building around him every time we see him. That's what you want as a fighter, but with it comes the pressure of expectation, and you have to be able to handle that. Referee Steve Gray with some final checks as Lipinets waits.
And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here's the assassin, Azim!
Adam Azim is a man who likes to confront his fears. He has a phobia of heights, so he chose to take a skydive. We learned in the build-up to this fight that he's afraid of sharks, so he plans to take a swim with them. All fighters have their fears. They might not look like they do, but they do. He's no different to anybody else, but this, George, fight night, the ring walk, the conflict that lies beyond, this is not one of them. He lives for this.
Yeah, he does, and he's stepped up time and time again, I suppose, at 22 years of age. A lot of pressure on that young man's shoulders, you know, they want to move him quick. A lot of influential people are saying some really big and exciting things about him, but he's the fighter, he's the one who has to climb for them ropes and deal with the occasion each and every time. think there'll be a bit of comfort in this fight because Lipinets last time out was with a former stablemate of Adam Azim in Robbie Davis Jr. And as a fighter and a young fighter, I can imagine he's thinking, right, I know Robbie Davis Jr. There's something there that, you know, makes me feel part of that fight and therefore comfortable in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 12 3-minute rounds for the vacant IBO Super Lightweight World Championship. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer, it is broadcast live worldwide on Sky Sports. Presented by our official partners, Betfred, Riyadh Season, That Prize Guy, and Hell Energy. Our supervisor in charge, Andre Van Grutenbroel. Our area representative, Ben Harmsworth. Our timekeeper, Brett Bowles. And our judges at ringside, Howard Foster, Leszek Jankowiak, and Efren LeBron. And our referee in charge when the bell rings, Steve Gray. So, for those of you watching around the world on Sky Sports, to those of you joining us right here in London, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim, he stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 10 stone even. He holds a professional record of 18 victories versus just 3 defeats and 1 draw, with 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Woodland Hills, California, USA, by way of Martuk, Kazakhstan. Introducing the former IBF Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Sergey the Samurai Lipinets. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gray trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 10 stone even. He holds a perfect, undefeated professional record of 12 victories, opposite no defeats, with 9 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Slough, England. Introducing the former, the youngest European champion in history. Ladies and gentlemen, stand for the assassin, Adam Azim!
Short, slow, okay? There's your limit. There's your limit, okay? Okay, if a call break, you take a step back. Don't deliberately throw punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Good luck, lads.
There goes the bell. Azim in the black and silver, Lipinets in the black and gold. The IBO title on the line here. But more importantly than that, it's the next step on the road for Azim as he looks to try and climb the ranks, and with it those rankings. Lipinets, a very, very experienced fighter. He likes to get on the front foot. He'll keep that guard high. He'll try and employ that lateral movement. He won't look to give anything away, but he is aggressive. He'll try and close that gap, land those hooks, uppercuts, looping overhand shots.
Well, already a good start from Lipinets is, you know, keeping the hands nice and high, plenty of head movement, using the feints, jabbing the body. Good positive start from him.
Down with the jab there, Azim. He feinted to go to the head with it and then stabbed to the stomach.
Yeah, and he's doing the right thing here, Azim, as well. He's just moving side to side, just having a look, trying to get the read of Lipinets.
George mentioned that fight Lipinets had with Robbie Davis Jr. last time out. It was an absolute ding-dong. He won it quite wide on the cards in the end because he knocked Davis down 3 times, but there were 2 or 3 times where Davis had Lipinets bang in trouble. He caught him with crisp left hooks, and in a couple of rounds, if there'd been just a little bit more time left, he may well have been able to force the stoppage. So there is a slight question mark over the punch resistance of Lipinets at 35 years old. We will find out tonight. That's a nice left hook there from Azim. That right glove caught at least a piece of it, though, for Lipinets.
But there's good pressure from Lipinets. You know, he's coming in, jabbing the body. He's making Azim move. You know, he's not really taking a lot here, Lipinets. The defenses are pretty good. That was a good body shot, though, from Azim.
Called low by the referee. He gestured to Azim to keep that one up. Azim with a quick apology to Lipinets into the final 30 seconds of round 1.
Yeah, Azim doing well, targeting that body now. It's a sharp jab. You know, Lipinets, when he's sort of forcing Azim back with high hands, where he had success, but it's all risky when you're in there with such a sharp shooter like Adam Azim.
Tap of gloves between the pair of them at the end of round 1.
Jabbing you to the stomach to try and draw that hand of yours away. He's going to try and... He's looking for the left hook because you're moving right. So just don't parry the jab. Even the jab's the body, just move your feet on it. Okay?
Yeah, that was the both of them kind of exchanged left hooks there.
Space back. Straighten back into the center. Don't just throw because he'll stay there. So after move off, then you feint, check, and he gives you ground on the check.
It was a good opening round by Azim, but it was good from Lipinets as well. They're both, you know, cagey, but he was trying to keep the pressure on Azim with his presence, with his movement, not really giving anything away, keeping his hands nice and tight.
Lipinets just trying to move in behind that lead left hand himself. Nice wide stance there for Azim, gives him that strong base to punch off, but he's good with the feet. It doesn't leave him static and immobile. Lipinets doing well of making himself a small target, gets low, keeps that guard nice and tight, dips at the waist. Looking to try and time Lipinets with the uppercut as he came in there, Azim. He wasn't far away from pulling it off. The left hand landed, the right hand didn't quite. That's a decent left hand to the body from Azim.
I think Lipinets knows the first few rounds are going to be difficult against someone as sharp and as quick as Azim, but he'll be happy if he's making Azim, you know, go at a pace that's a little bit faster than he'd like.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I mean, really good hand position from Lipinets. He's got his guard up tight, and when he does commit with a jab, he don't leave a lot of openings. It's sort of like not so much safety first in these opening rounds, but certainly not looking to give away any free shots.
Underneath with the right hand to the body there, Azim. He's been accurate to the body when he's thrown. He's landed that left into the rib cage a couple of times. Nice jab there from Lipinets. This is a good fight. Azim trying to chop down with that right hand, and Lipinets just quickens up those feet, gathers them, gets across the ring, putting that pressure on Azim, that educated pressure. Good left hand there from Azim. Took his feet back slightly and gave himself just enough room, then goes down to the body with it. And just before that, Lipinets, I think in the final minute of the round, had made an effort just to try and pick things up a bit.
Sharp shots from Azim, but the defence is very good from Lipinets, so hard to land anything really clean.
He's made a good start to this fight, Azim. He's been nice and sharp, nice and crisp. He's been accurate at times, and you'd say he's taken those opening 2 rounds, but as you've both been saying, Lipinets would have expected a sharp start from him, and he's going about his business with his method that he's always applied in an effective fashion. And it did interest me in that second round. It did look to me, with about 80 seconds to go in it, that he just looked to dial things up a little bit. Azim responded well, but he's got somebody in front of him here who has been at the highest level. He knows what it takes. He will not get discouraged.
Well, he'll have known that the first few rounds are going to be really difficult to get anything out of them. But it's a case of damage limitations, but make sure you're keeping the pace on as he make him work harder than he wants to. You know, he hasn't really taken anything too cleanly, Lipinets. You know, those defense, as George said, the defenses are really good. He keeps the elbows in tight and he's very compact. Got a nice right hand.
Chopping down with the right hand there, Lipinets. Azim just before that looked for the right uppercut. I don't think he got through absolutely clean, but he continues to bang to the body when he can. He's doing some good groundwork here, Azim. We talk about the pressure that Lipinets is trying to apply, but Azim boxing mostly on the back foot, is landing some good, crisp, hurtful shots. Good right hand there from Azim as Lipinets came forward. He just threw that one over the top slightly, arced it over, and it cannoned into the side of the head.
Yeah, it might be what Adam Azim needs. He needs to land something to get Lipinets to open that guard, let his hands go, and then find the space.
Just like that from Azim, drops Lipinets. It's quickly back to his feet, but as he was pursuing Azim, as he was moving himself up to his right-hand side, caught him with the left and put him down. It was a neat bit of work. 40 seconds remaining in the round. Lipinets, when he got back up, looked pretty good. He didn't look all that hurt, but a right hand has moved him, has rocked him again a little bit there. Azim dips off to the left and looks to throw that to the body, does it again. That cuffing right hand, it's cannoning into the guard sometimes, but Lipinets will still feel the weight of it into the final 10 seconds. This will be a 10-8 round for Adam Azim. Letting go with that left hand again off the back of the right hand, a rapier-like foray. It wasn't too far away. Let's have a look at that knockdown.
Yeah, he kind of lunged, didn't he? Got caught with a short left hook off balance. Don't know how hurt he was. You know what I mean? There was definitely a balance issue. He landed the left hook and then got nailed with one. He was off balance when he got caught. But nonetheless, knocked down, 10-8 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And Adam Azim, still like nothing frantic about him after the knockdown, still cool, calm and collected. He knows now that Lipinets opens up. If he lands on him, he has the power to hurt him. He's shown before in the past, Lipinets powers of recovery. When we've seen him buzz, we've seen him hurt, and he's weathered the storm.
So into the fourth. Azim trying to double up on that left hand. Lipinets again with that guard. He'll dip those knees. He'll roll those shoulders. Get his head off the line, moving left, right, just oscillating to try and avoid these jabs and right hands from Azim. Trusting to the man in front of him. Will slow down, that he will get to him. Right hand into the body. Looked a good shot there. The referee, I think, is saying that's a little bit low. I didn't get a completely clear view of it. Lipinets didn't seem to complain overly, but there was plenty on it because it landed as Lipinets was coming forward. Setting his feet and letting that right hand go there. Azim, lovely uppercut on the inside with the left hand. And there's that left hook as he was moving off to his right, a similar kind of punch to the one he put him down with in the previous round. Lipinets just continuing to try and close the distance, but got caught by a couple of jabs on the way, and then just flings that right hand over the top. That kind of looping shot that down the years he has had success with. It did land. Azim plants those feet and lets his hands go. Into the final minute of round 4, and again Azim has dominated this round, but it's another round where Lipinets is making him work every second of it. Left hand there landed. The referee calls that one low and therefore calls the time out. He escorts Lipinets back to the corner, and he will be given time to recover, and he should take as much of it as he needs. Fighters can tend to be a little bit hasty in these circumstances. It's ego, really. You want to get back in there as quick as you can, but you should take the time when it's on offer, and the referee's taken a point here. He's spoken to him a couple of times about close strength south of the border, so I don't have any complaints with that. We haven't had a really good view of any of them, to be honest. I'm sure we'll get a look at this one, but he loses a point, and that's not what you want in a fight at this level.
No, absolutely not. I think that was the worst one that went in there. It did straight below the belt, but some of them looked, you know, on the border maybe. And when you're Lipinets and you're struggling, you've been dropped in the round before, you're trying to find something to get you back in this fight. It could be something as simple as a point deducted that makes you think.
Swing and a miss there from Lipinets. Closing stages of round 4. Azim has won these first 4 rounds, but this one, to all intents and purposes, will be a drawn round due to the point deduction.
Well, you see that's a low shot that he's throwing there, and that low shot there, there's always been borderline. He's been told off a couple of times. That was fair dues. The referee did the right thing in that, but he's not changed out his mind.
All right, let's see how it plays out then.
That was indeed low. And he needs to be careful now, Azim. He's lost the point. He's made a good start to the fight. Into round 5. Lipinets just jumping in a bit from the outside there for the first time, looking to try and land that jab, injecting a little bit of movement into his feet. He could still be feeling the low blow. That might be the reason for that.
Like, he's got the right idea, Lipinets. Keep tight hands, trying to press Adam Azim back. And every time Adam Azim peels out to his left hand's a bit low, and he's trying to wing that right hand over the top.
Azim just using that lead hand there as a distraction. Lipinets again on the front foot. The output from Azim in this round so far, not as high as it's been in the first four. We're about the midway stage now, looking to try and time the uppercut there. Didn't quite land it.
Yeah, well, I think Azim's pacing it while he knows Lipinets is trying to put the pace on him, keep the pressure on him, but he's doing well to stay within a certain pace, to keep the tempo down.
Crunching uppercut there from Azim, just stretched the spine of Lipinets as you see that head jolt upwards, but he took it well.
Yeah, but he's felt the power, Lipinets, because, you know, he has to be respectful at coming in. He can't just steam into Azim. He's got to be careful on the way in.
Good distance there from Azim as he let that longer right uppercut go. And it's another low blow, and Steve Gray again will give Lipinets the opportunity to recover. I don't think he's going to take another point here, but Azim has got to be careful. And he's saying to Azim there, I think, next time you do it, it will be another point. When it comes to point deductions, by the way, everything is at the discretion of the referee. There is no 3 strikes and you're out, so you can keep taking points for the same thing all night long as a referee if you want to. But you can hear what Steve Gray said to him there.
He'll get to the point where Adam Azim will be thinking twice about throwing a body shot, because his rhythm at the moment means they're straying low every time.
Yeah, that can upset your rhythm of the fight, can't it? You know, the punches that you throw.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was low. The referee's right to warn him, but you know, if he goes there again, he probably will take a point off him.
Yeah, that one was definitely low, wasn't it, Matt?
As you mentioned, it can upset the rhythm of a fighter. It's not something I remember him having a problem with previously. Lipinets is quite short in stature. He dips those knees, but I don't think physically he's all that different to fighters that Azim has faced before, as he looks to try and land that right uppercut, and it half got through. Placing that right hand there, Azim, as Lipinets looks to try and come forward himself. Looking for the uppercut again there, Azim, and then just pivots off around that front foot. He's sticking to the task here, Lipinets, as we knew that he would, and it's not like he isn't having any success, but Azim is coping with him, he's dealing with him. You'd say that he's won those first 5 rounds. There was the point deduction in there as well. And Lipinets needs to start to come into this, or he's going to find himself in the second half with an awful lot to do.
Yeah, he's boxing well here, Azim, and I think he's controlling the pace pretty good too. Seems like it's, you know, not a tempo that's, you know, too much for him. He's controlling it. You know, Lipinets is trying to force it, but because, you know, Azim has hurt him, has scored that knockdown, Lipinets does have to think about things. You can't just walk in on him.
Yeah, there was a right hook that went in there, Matt. It looked like Lipinets just took a slight little wobble, but he's there. That one there, that right hook that goes behind, almost behind the ear. He's got such sharp feet, Azim. He can close the distance and be on your chest, safe, and then he could just step out and be just outside of range in a blink of an eye. And obviously that's always followed up with sharp hands, whether it be coming straight through the middle, up the middle, or around the side. But that was a nice left to the body there from Lipinets. That's been a really good shot for him. It goes right between the elbows of Azim. Azim hasn't showed any suffering from it yet, but you know, those shots, if they do have an effect, they can come in, especially in the second half of the fight.
And we're heading into the second half of the fight very shortly. There goes the bell at the end of round 6. A little shake out of the gloves there from Lipinets. Just dips his head between the ropes and looks to try and fill up that spit bucket. He's a very, very experienced fighter. He's been down the stretch a number of times. And as we've been saying, the way this is going will not be a surprise to him. He will have expected a good, sharp, quick start from the younger man. He will know that at this stage, he's going to have needed to have taken enough out of Azim's tank in the first half to make it really count in the second half. Has he done that?
Well, we're going to find out, because I think he needs to step it up here a bit now, Lipinets. You know, that was a lovely shot there, just slipped outside. Beautiful shot, time right up through the middle. And like you say, Azim, well ahead of the cards here. And I think he's managed the pace well. You know, Lipinets is trying to force that pace. I think Azim's, you know, kept it at a manageable pace. But Lipinets needs to step it up here now.
Amir Khan and Sean Porter in the background there. Sean Porter was a man who set an absolutely fearsome pace from first bell to last, two-time welterweight world champion. So into the 7th. And discipline, I think, is a key word that you used there, Matt, and George, you've used it in the first half too, and he has been exactly that. He hasn't really wasted anything. Most of what he's thrown has landed on something. The use of the feet has been good when he got the knockdown in that earlier round. I think he could tell that Lipinets wasn't really that hurt, so he didn't go crazy.
Yep. And this is nice for him here. Like, he's giving Lipinets a different look. He's sitting sort of shoulder to shoulder with him in the pocket, and he's winning them exchanges with the narrow shots through the in between the elbows. That one there, that left body was great.
And then the uppercut on the inside. Lipinets lands a left hand, but Azim happy just to lean his head on the shoulder and have this at closer range, which should be more Lipinets' kind of fight. And this could be an absolutely pivotal period, because if you take it to the other fighter, Matt, and fight what should be their kind of fight, and you have the better of that as well, that can be heartbreaking.
Exactly, and especially if he lands a couple of shots like that and then steps on him and nudges him back and backs him up and gets him going backwards. That's really not what Lipinets wants at all. He needs Azim being backed up. Azim just standing his ground there, and he can also mix it up. Azim, he can stand his ground and go, this isn't good.
That's another low blow. That is another low blow. Lipinets goes down onto his knees. You can see the blood coming out at the end of the nose, and I think he's going to take another point here, Steve Gray. He'll have to if he's going to be consistent with what we thought he said previously. Okay, and there is a signal from the referee, so there is another point deduction. As I said previously, in boxing we do not operate a 3 strikes and you're out, so it's not the case that Azim is on the brink of a disqualification here. Steve Gray can just continue to take points, any referee can for the same offence, but at some point they might start to think about it. It's not deliberate, this, from Azim, but these punches are nevertheless still straying low, and it isn't fair because Lipinets has been caught with fouls, and they are painful fouls. Good left hand from Lipinets there on the inside. looking for the uppercut. Azim, he's landed 3 in a row there as Lipinets just looks to try and lean on. Nice rapid combination, and Lipinets gets a left hand back. He's landing some here, the Kazakh, but Azim is landing plenty more.
Yeah, good work on the inside from Azim, impressive. You know, he's having the better of it actually, and Lipinets, that's where he wants to fight, but Azim matching him. That's good right hand work, right hook, right uppercut.
Right in the foot, right in like that. Listen, it is what it is. Forget about it and stop throwing them downstairs, okay? Just touch him downstairs, touch him and chop everything over the side, okay? The uppercut's working a treat, the right hook's working a treat, so the left hook to the head is working a treat, okay?
Can't forward anymore, all right?
He's going to the side, has no pocket.
Yeah?
He looks at, he throws it to the side. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was low. The referee didn't have any choice. He had to take another point off because he warned him.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because it might tarnish the win. You know, Lipinets needs a knockout now, and you're wondering,
nothing else.
He's getting the fight knocked out of him.
I need you being
with
better than him on
headshots,
the inside,
body shots, and also the occasional low blow as well.
Well, Shane McGuigan saying to Azim there, the head is working fine. We don't need these big, heavy body shots. Tap him to the body, but don't put too much heat on them because they are really low too. As I said previously, I don't remember him having a problem with this before. He's dipping his knees, really bringing them up from low to get full power. And he's mis-timing, mis-landing them, but he doesn't need them, as his trainer said. Lovely bit of work as he turns around the front foot there, Azim, and threads a couple through. That right uppercut is working beautifully for him. There it is again. He's just listing slightly to the right and finding the angle for it. And now it's Azim, who is caught low by Lipinets. And Steve Gray telling him to keep the punches up. I'm not saying that was deliberate, but I'd understand it if it was. Not just because he's felt a couple himself, Matt, but because he's under the cosh here, Lipinets. This is hard now. We're nearly midway through round 8 and it's tough.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good right hand, left hook from Azim. And the uppercuts through the middle, working a treat for Azim there. Really lovely shot, right uppercut, snapping the head back of Lipinets.
Turned southpaw there briefly, Lipinets. I think he just found himself in that stance actually as his feet crossed. And beautiful work again with the right hand there from Azim, just finding slightly different angles and landing the shots, and the head is being rocked back of Lipinets regularly now, and you can just see that energy bar eroding bit by bit, punch by punch. Azim is chipping away at him and breaking him down.
Yeah, the right uppercut, right hook combinations, even back to front, working well for Azim. And physically now, he looks the stronger of the two in there.
Yeah, it's heavy blood coming from Lipinets' nose, making it difficult to breathe, no doubt. Still landing with that right hook over the top, but it doesn't have the same effect. And he can't get out of the way of Adam Azim's right uppercut.
He really can't. Azim just short with that one, but he keeps landing it. And is taking a little bit away from Lipinets every time that it does land into the final 30 seconds of round 8, and this has been an absolutely hideous round for Sergey Lipinets, and I think he might be about to go down through the sheer accumulation of punches here. Azim just needs to stay on him, keep picking those punches, because Sergey Lipinets is ready to go here. He's somehow managing to stay on his feet. There goes the bell. As you see him walk back to the corner. And the trainer's got to make an assessment here.
Sergey, he's counter-punching because you got one shot. I don't need one shot. I need 2 shots. You hear me? Take a deep breath. Look at me, let me see you. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
Have a really good look at him. He's going to struggle to win without a knockout, okay?
You know what that's from? From back of the head shots. He's losing his balance.
You concentrate on his condition. You tell me whether he's okay.
I got you. Now listen to me. I don't want you leaning on this side because he's fighting that right hand behind your head. You understand? If he's gonna fight with you on the inside, let's fight on the inside then. I need you being smarter.
The uppercuts.
I don't care about the power.
Absolutely working
okay?
a peach for Azim. Working a treat. Beautiful shots. Right hook, okay, around the back of the ear a little bit, that one, but the uppercut's doing so much damage.
It really is, and the referee, I think, saying to the corner there, have a really good look at him and see if you think he's over. Okay, there goes that uppercut again, and it just keeps landing. He cannot, as George said, get out of the way of it. It is sickening every time you see it. It makes you wince almost from ringside, because this is a brave, brave fighter, an experienced fighter, and he is getting nailed clean so often with that right hand, and there's so much blood coming out at the end of that nose, and the referee's going to stop this, and he's absolutely right to do it there, Steve Gray. That is a good intervention, because that is a proud, proud warrior who has had enough. And what a performance that is from Azim again. We've seen him do that in his last 3-4 fights now, where he starts nice and quick, nice and crisp, and then round by round, he dials it up. He increases the heat, he breaks his fighter down, and he breaks his heart.
A better performance again from the last one, Adam Azim, against a better opponent who really came to win. Lipinets took up, he got put down. Well, I don't know what was the third round, fourth, got up, then there was a point to the low blows, and really started to try and put the pressure and the pace on Azim, and Azim then elected still, you know what, I don't need to win this on the outside, stood his ground, and found that the key to the victory was the right uppercut through the middle. He kind of knocked off the body shots and landed the uppercuts. Those uppercuts done some serious damage. You can see Lipinets' face completely busted up.
No, he couldn't miss, and it was on the left side, the right side in that last round. Right after right uppercut. Lipinets had the right plan for the fighter he is. He definitely had worked on his game plan and looked like he come and definitely the best version that I've seen of him of late was tonight. Simple inside, left and right, used that jab to the body really well and didn't give away a lot of space for Adam Azim to get his sharp shooting shots off. In the end, paid dividend though. He found the shots, and especially that uppercut broke Lipinets down.
In his 3 defeats before tonight, Lipinets have been stopped once in 6 by Jerome Ennis. That was up at welterweight. So this is the first time that something like this has happened to him at his strongest weight of super lightweight. He's in his mid-30s. He is coming towards the end. That is a fact. But at the same time, that was another very good performance from Adam Azim. He had a little bit of trouble with the low blows, but it didn't seem to distract him at all. And he just ratcheted up the pressure and the accuracy and the spite in those last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, he was doubling and tripling up the right uppercuts. See it here again, really snapping the head back. See the sweat flying off. A lot of blood coming from the nose. I think he was probably finding it hard to breathe in there as well. Lipinets bruising around the eyes. And he was becoming a real grueler.
And it's another side of Adam Azim we're seeing. As he is progressing, he's only barely into his team 13 amount of fights now, and we saw something else from him tonight. Sharp shooting, on the back foot or at long range, but then can change it up, step in and sit in the pocket and beat a guy who is tough. Beat him up, so a really impressive performance for him.
And even managing the pace early on as well, because Lipinets was in his face, trying to pressure him, and he could have got a little bit giddy, wasting energy, hitting arms and gloves, but he didn't. He was really conservative, wasn't he? Economical.
I think you're right, man. I think that fight was harder for Adam Azim than he made it for us to watch ringside, just by his reaction after. He was ecstatic with the win. I know he was probably tight on the weight, and he might have been worried about distance down the stretch, but when he had to, went through the gears, broke his man down and got a really, really good stoppage. Step up for him.
Those uppercuts, when you see a good uppercut land, it really is sickening because there's just no way of lessening the impact. The person on the receiving end doesn't see it, so it lands full force. Okay, Big Mo is in centre ring and already, I think, with the final announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray calls a stop to this contest at 33 seconds of the 9th round, declaring your winner by TKO and the new IBO Super Lightweight World Champion, the Assassin,
Adam Azim with that IBO belt strapped around his waist. He's not in the top 15 with the top 4 sanctioning bodies yet. It won't be long now, and it's a great seed at 140 pounds. Dalton Smith with the win last week. Jack Catterall in action in a couple of weeks. There was a lot of respect between these two all the way through the build-up and on the night, but that was another brutal performance. That's the only way to describe it, and we will be hearing from him soon.
Adam Azim, huge congratulations, well done. Sergey Lipinets is a brave, hard, proud man who's been stopped only by Boots Ennis, and that was up at welterweight. To join that club, to get him out there, as you promised you would do, try and put that into words to us, and you know, how you thought you boxed.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You know, my performance was great. You know, obviously, I could have just dropped the pace a bit earlier in the earlier rounds, but Shane goes, keep calm, I'm going to catch him. Like, the first knockdown, I didn't know I hit him. That was just so quick, so I had to be patient. About world class, you have to be patient when you do your work. But honestly, this is an emotional moment for the team, for the family, and all my, you know, all the loved ones.
You feel like you were breaking him down?
Of course, like, I was so patient. Like, you know, at the start, he's really dangerous. Obviously, he's a very big puncher, and the thing is about him, I've got so much respect to him. You know, all those talking about how I'm going to retire him and this and that was just all talk. I got a lot of respect for him, and obviously, I just got to listen to this man right here.
It's a side note, it's not something we've ever discussed before, and not something we've had to discuss before. The low blows started to become a concern. What was your take on it? Did you ever start to lose confidence, like, I better to stop throwing it? Shane McGuigan said in the end, look, just stop throwing it. What was going on there?
So he was going really low, and I couldn't see where his body belt was. So obviously we had a guy, big up Michael, in the gym. He was quite big, so I was landing the body shots like good with him, but obviously he's a bigger guy. But with Lipinets, he was really small, and it was so hard for me to just place the shot. So that's why I took the body shots out and just started to throw the right hand to the body, a jab, because it was landing more better.
Yeah, I mean, there's no suggestion you're doing it deliberately, but when Shane McGuigan's like, look, just stop it, in the end, I wonder, you know, coping with something like that can be a distraction.
He goes to me, if you do that again, yeah, you're going to make me do 100 burpees in the gym.
What about actually unlocking the defense of him? You eventually just started bringing the uppercuts and the shots through the middle, and that seemed to really unlock him.
Yeah, of course. This is more inside fighting. I was working with Shane in the gym all year, and it's been working to play. And you know, I'm really upset because it's really hard to see Lipinets go like that. And you know, he'll be back because he's a legend. He's a legend.
What's next for you? Who's next for you? I know now you take a break for Ramadan, but obviously big names on the horizon. Who do you want to fight next?
Whatever my team suggests. But you know what? Dalton Smith, you better be watching, mate, because you ain't that good, my friend. The guy you've been fighting your last fight, he ain't all that. Trust me, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
I've heard suggestions, obviously, because you two have been mandated before it didn't happen. Heard suggestions, you know, that fight's further away than it has ever been. But would you now say that he is in your crosshairs, that the Dalton Smith fight can happen and should happen?
Look, it's still marinating, but when I do fight, I'm going to teach him a lesson. So you'll be better watching.
Shane, just one quick one on the performance. You're going to come down and join our studio chat. On Adam Azim, you know, it's a unique situation where you say, look, just abandon the body shots, even though they were working. I know the ones that strayed low were obviously low. But it's something that he had to cope with and adjust.
these are the things that you need to get over before you get to the world title level. So, you know, he's had that where he's got 2 points taken off and he had to adjust the tactics. So it's all experience.
Listen, I'm going to let you go because you've got a hot-footed down to judo, but final word to Adam Azim.
Everyone, thanks for coming down. I appreciate it. Thanks to my team, Shane, Barry, Josh, my dad, Jake, Ollie, Ben Shalom, Omobon, Khalil, Haroon, Sam, Dan Sharp. I've got the other guys in my team, sorry about that, and especially my mom. And big up my brother, baby brother here.
The next one off the production line, no doubt. Well done, Team Azim.